In the world of professional event planning, one of the biggest hidden dangers is the gap between what we say and what actually gets done. And it all starts with a few phrases that sound totally harmless.
I mean, you've heard this one 1,000 times, right? It sounds so reassuring, like everything is completely under control. Or how about this one? A quick phone call feels so efficient, doesn't it? So personal. You hang up thinking, great, that's done. And of course, the classic. A quick word while you're running around during a busy setup. It seems like the absolute fastest way to get an update out. But what if it's not? That's right. These phrases are actually dangerous because spoken words are fragile. They aren't structured, they're almost never recorded, and they just fade. In the high-stakes, fast-paced world of events, relying on human memory is basically a recipe for disaster. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about this silent risk, dig into the memory gap problem, and look at the real-world costs. But then we'll get to the good stuff. A powerful, structured solution that'll give you a massive confidence advantage. So, the big question is, why do we fall into this trap in the first place? Well, it's because the very nature of our industry kind of encourages it. Just think about it for a second. Events are a total whirlwind. Everything moves so fast. Changes happen on the fly. Decisions have to be made under intense pressure. In that environment, grabbing the phone or just yelling a change across the room feels so much faster and more direct than stopping to write everything down. And this right here, this gets to the absolute core of the problem. The issue isn't that we talk to each other. Of course we do. The danger is when that conversation replaces a formal, structured confirmation. Because let's be honest, our memory is just not a reliable event management system. So this leads us directly to the next big problem, the memory gap. This is all about the fundamental unreliability of our own brains, especially when we're stressed out. And it's kind of scary how many little ways things can go wrong. A supplier might mishear 80 chairs as 18. They might assume you want the same setup as last year, or they just completely forget a small detail you discussed in a 30-second phone call. Each one of these is like a tiny little crack forming in the foundation of your event. And here's the crucial part. Even if your main contact at the catering company remembers your change perfectly, what are the odds it gets passed down accurately to the kitchen staff, to the servers, and to the billing department? It's like that game of telephone. The message just gets weaker and more distorted with every handoff. A verbal update often dies with the first person who heard it. Now, this memory gap doesn't just create a few headaches. It has tangible, expensive, and really damaging consequences for your business and, honestly, for your professional reputation. And this is where it really starts to hurt your bottom line. All of a sudden, there are unapproved upgrades on the invoice because someone thought you'd want them. You're getting hit with additional labor charges because a timeline change wasn't formally documented. These aren't just annoyances, they're direct hits to your budget. And when things go wrong and there's no paper trail, every single dispute immediately turns into a he said, she said argument. You can't point to a document, you can only argue about a memory. It damages relationships with your suppliers, it confuses your clients, and it just chips away at your professionalism. So, here's the choice we all face. The verbal-only path. It feels fast and personal, yeah, but it's fragile and incredibly risky. The structured confirmation path, on the other hand, is professional, it's clear, and it's reliable. It protects you, and just as important, it protects your suppliers. This brings us to the solution. And this isn't about adding a bunch of red tape. It's about building a smart workflow that creates clarity and accountability for absolutely everyone involved. Let's just bust a myth right now. The whole idea that verbal is more personal is just totally wrong. Real pros, experienced suppliers, they want documented instructions. They prefer it. Clear documentation protects both of you. It lets them do their job perfectly without any guesswork. So what does a system like this actually look like? It's pretty simple. Every single significant change gets logged in one central place. Your suppliers get direct access to that hub. You can track who has seen and acknowledged important updates, and, this is my favorite part, it automatically archives old instructions so no one is ever working off the wrong version. Adopting this isn't just about changing a process. It's a total mindset shift. It's about going from a coordinator who's just relying on memory to a leader who designs systems that guarantee success and protect everyone. You can still have that quick chat, but it has to be followed by, great, I'll update the event system right now. And when you make this shift, the benefits, well, they're immediate and they're profound. You gain this incredible advantage in confidence, in predictability, and in straight-up professionalism. Just look at these rewards. Your suppliers trust you more because they feel protected. Those endless disputes over billing and scope, they practically disappear. Your clients can actually sense the control and professionalism you bring. And best of all, your event execution becomes predictable and reliable, not chaotic and stressful.
So, the main takeaway from all of this is actually really simple, but it's so powerful. You have to replace fragile memory with a robust structure. You have to replace dangerous ambiguity with shared visibility.
And that leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about. As you go forward, ask yourself, is my business built on the shaky foundation of memory, or is it built on the solid, professional foundation of structure? The choice, and the success that comes with it, is yours.